Alright, Suicide Squad's looking promising. Let's see what the critics think. Oh, come on! Hello there, it's Techno221. Injustice 2 is probably one of my most anticipated games this year. Well, behind Sun and Moon, Xenoverse 2 and Zelda, but still very anticipated. And something I love doing is wishing what I want to see in these games. I like the first Injustice, and I am a very big fan of MKX. NetherRealm is on a roll with these games, and I'm hoping they won't stop. So let's count down 10 characters I want to see in Injustice 2. Let's get started. Something about the Damian Wayne costume for Nightwing in Injustice 1 felt familiar. A former Robin who's more violent and has a vendetta against Batman. Oh yeah, it's like Red Hood! Everyone wanted him in, and it makes me wonder why he wasn't in the first place. I could see him as a faster Deathstroke, mixing his guns in with basic combos, and using his other weapons like knives, tasers, and grenades, stuff like that. Dialogue with Batman, Nightwing, and of course the Joker would be pretty interesting to say the least. I'd like to see what kind of role he had in the story, and what the alternate version of him was doing in the first game. Oh, and I want to see an Arkham Knight costume for him too. Speaking of Robins, here comes my favorite, Tim Drake. Every Batman needs a Robin, and the one in Injustice is no exception. Wonder Woman looks like she's mixing her sword, shield, and lasso style into one, so I'm guessing the two separate movesets into one character is gone. So I think Nightwing should keep his stick style and expand upon it, while Robin adopts his staff style. I also think he should mix up his weapons and gadgets in his moveset, like the smoke pellet and his bullet shield as a reflector. Suicide Squad looks like it has a few candidates for Injustice 2. Enchantress, Killer Croc, El Diablo. At first, the spot went to Deadshot since next to Harley and Joker, he has top billing, but I couldn't think of anything to make him different from Red Hood. So, I thought of someone else. Katana. Pretty cool character, and she'd be pretty easy for the NetherRealm team to make anyways. Blue Beetle is looking more like Devora, so Katana would be like Kenshi, especially with her soul-stealing sword. A lot of people like Kenshi, so Katana would be a welcome addition. Let's take a step out of Gotham. Seriously. It was a pleasant surprise to see Gorilla Grodd, and makes you wonder what other animal characters that could be added, like Beast Boy. I'm still a fan of a character turning into different forms for their attacks, like turning into an ape or an eagle or cheetah, and maybe as a T-Rex for his ultimate. But if they don't want a character switching models so much, they could add a character like Animal Man or Vixen to take his spot. Speaking of missing Teen Titans, Starfire. Don't really know why she wasn't in the first game, but I'll let it slide. The clashes with her fellow Titans, especially Nightwing, makes me happy just thinking about it. Starfire would be a zoning character, using her star bolts at most. Maybe even using delayed blast like Predator's Disc in MKX. Boy, isn't Plastic Man a weird one? This fairly dark game having such a silly character seems funny. Having someone like Batman or Sinestro annoyed by him sounds entertaining too. As a fighter, he should take full advantage of elasticity, like enlarging his fists for power attacks, your third style. Here we have another of the Birds of Prey, Black Canary. She has a lot of potential. She could dish out fast and strong attacks with her martial arts, kinda like Sonya Blade or Liu Kang, especially with a counter. Her Canary Cry would be an obvious stun move, and as an ultimate too. So apparently Static was in the mobile version of Injustice 1. Okay, then why don't we just take Static from that and put him in Injustice 2? Expand upon it too. He should hover at all times, use his staff, and paralyze his opponents with the powers. Such an odd exclusion because he seems very interesting, and I love Static Shock. Swamp Thing is a character people have been asking for a lot, and from what I've seen, I could see why. I could see Swamp Thing as an excellent trap setter, and could hit you hard too, even giving stats elements to his opponents. Out of all the characters excluded from Injustice 1, Darkseid baffled me the most. This is the final boss. Honestly, I could see him kill alternate Superman. He would be a tank, using his powers like his telepathy and telekinesis too, and let's not forget his Omega Beams. This is a time for the ultimate DC villain to get his due. His playable appearance in Injustice will be one. See you guys next time.